Crisscross. What nonsense are you expecting from me today? There's no mushrooms. In fact, we're in lava's land, so you'd be wondering why we even need to cook anything right now, but it's not the question that the game appears to be interested in answering. They offered the dowser, which I'm pretty sure you never want to use because there's only 2 fires. That's what the challenge at hand is that I can't reliably make it face the way I want it to face half the time. No. Yeah, the challenge now is getting it to face the right way when I'm at the carrots, which is based on how much I can rotate generally. I can't, and once you put one of them in this position, you can't rotate anymore, which is part of the problem. Did not mean to do that. Great, now I'm trapped in the same problem. Great. A plus me. And then I made the same mistake in the inverse. Oh my goodness. This is my private hell. Okay. No, let go of it, please. No. This is actively a problem. It's gotta be impossible to rotate the stick, right? Or is that the puzzle? Your options are so limited. I basically didn't change anything, and yet I felt the need to restart because I couldn't figure out how to change it back anymore. Ah. Okay, that's part of how you change the order, kind of. Is it? No? How was I even flipping it in the first place? How did I lose that? I did it like 3 times, and then I lost track of how I was flipping it so that it would change tiles, essentially. What? No. And that's basically how you get trapped in a way where the puzzle becomes unsolvable. Then they can't rotate out. You can do that. That's where things get weird. I kind of don't know what I want. It's called crisscross, which makes me think I'm supposed to switch the 2 of them based on origin point with each other. But I'm just also feeling incredibly trapped by the movement system. But I think this kind of weirdness I'm currently engaged in is kind of the point. Great, it's on the right spot. How do I leave it there? Damn it. Please leave it there. I can rotate like that. I can rotate like that. There we go. That leaves you there. And then, yes. Okay. My brain's melting. My brain's melting and I can't process the system of moving anymore. And it's becoming a problem, but we're in the last 7. So god damn it, we are just going to power through this shit, right? Oh my goodness, we have most of this world to go still. Great. It's called a balanced meal. What could go wrong? No dowsers involved. Probably have to light both fires, so you probably have to do something like this, whether you like it or not. And then just accept your fate as you go. And that pretty much has to be pushed through, or where else is it gonna go? But now we have the issue where they both had to push each other in order to make them both go off by 1. And if you do that, you burn. And the other one just can't do that because it's trapped. Oops, I accidentally clicked out of the game. You can fix the problem yourself a little bit, can't you? No. 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 Being in a 2x2 means they're screwed. Yep. Really doesn't help me to do that, does it? And I can't push this out of the way, because there's no way to push it up. This means my initial idea might be right. Trying to think about how dimensions work here, how pushing directions work here. If I push this thing back, we lose. With no magnets, there's no way to retrieve it if it goes into these 2 tiles. So it has to go here, then through, basically. Probably through to here. Part of me wonders... Yeah, this is shaped like this only so the blue one can push it through. Part of me wonders, what if we went around somehow? Like, is it beneficial to try to push it through? But we can't push it more out of the way, can we? There's this, I suppose. Kind of fell here on accident. I was thinking about the ways to like push this up and around to here and out of the way while everything gets cooked. Then if I was thinking about it's shaped in a way that oftentimes it means that you use the stick to push it back down and bring it back. But yeah, even if you were doing that, there'd be no way to actually get it back. But we're so close to being done now because of what I kind of stumbled into along the way of that bad idea. The problem is, how do I get this thing? Let's see. So you can't rotate here. Everything's a problem over here. It's offset all the way back to when it was first here. Yeah, the problem here is that it's physically on the fire but there's no open space. So I was thinking, what if I could push it off? There's no way to push it off while the pot's there. I can't push it that way at all because of the log, which means it has to be like this. Which means you pretty much have to go this way. Maybe I do just back into here? No, I can't rotate the right direction for that. I can do it this way. There we go. We probably shouldn't be sitting here. We probably shouldn't be camping here. We probably shouldn't be cooking here. But we are. Let's eat! I like how the, I think the description for this game said, learn more about the family with each chapter. I don't think we're if we're learning anything about them, I'm not sure if it's, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. Like, it's just, it's their continual disaffectation about the actual scenario they find themselves in, where they don't seem particularly, just not particularly bothered by any of it. Okay, so that one's cooked. But then what do I do? Rotate you back around? No. Try to think of ways to replace their positions with each other to get them out of the way. You're pretty trapped. If there was one more square here, I could move up one more and then rotate around, which meant I then rotate around and could kinda... would kind of be able to get out of the way. This one has a really mega, like, traffic jam problem going on. I cooked that one now. Oopsie. Maybe that was the right way to go, though? Yeah, push it this way, then that way, then that way. Maybe that's helpful for getting most of those cooked. If that one was uncooked, I could rotate around, which would that lead to major changes? I'm not sure. Let's try this again. We're just trying to cook that one at all, perhaps? Well, I do virtually the same thing. Maybe should have sent it up instead? Sure. How effectively can I do basically the same thing? And is the answer just straight up no? How do I get just the nose end where I want it to be? What do I want to change here? Just this one has to go in the fire. But that one can't go in the fire. But it's the nose, which means I rotate based on that, which means I can't really, like, manipulate it to go somewhere else. And because of the positioning of this guy, I can't make it go around. With all the sticks involved, there's probably no way to rotate it. Shit. Is there a way to get... No, I can't get, like, under it. Maybe. No. That's like the opposite of helpful, basically. Yeah, yeah, like the final challenge is figuring out how to get that nose to be cooked first, basically, because cooking everything else is easy. How do I get that to cook first? If I go up here, I can rotate it at least. Gives me some degree of control. Then if I push that, I can kind of make some decisions, but then how do I rotate that in any way? So I essentially need to invert its direction. Yeah, I need it to face this way. So I can then steer this one in to the fire. But that's functionally impossible. Which is why earlier I was trying to get the small one to go behind it, because if it was over here, the stick wouldn't block, but the stick does block and we're screwed. This guy is also pretty trapped. Which means I almost certainly will have to just flat out restart. Because the top one probably has to be manipulated somewhere else, but at the moment I can't really move it at all. Basically impossible. Oh my goodness. The challenge of this one is just trying to figure out how to deal with how incredibly restricted your options are for moving and doing virtually anything. Ah. Definitely starting over. I don't see how we can do it from there. Oh shit, is that all it is? Just rotate it, pull it off, put it back on, cooked. That's the hard part, right? This should be the easy part, I believe. Yeah. God damn. It took me a long time to see that option. Yeah, there's space just right where you can just knock them back over. I find that I get in situations where like there's like a list of like say 10 options to process of like different things that might work, and then I think I get trapped in a thing where like I loop through like 8 of those options, then start over and over again, and I can't think of what the last few are. Like you gotta think of your entire tool set at all times of things that have previously solved puzzles, because any of them might be the one that comes up. How is this one gonna work? Okay, this one's an interesting problem. The issue is you can't press the... I don't think you can press the buttons with either of the buckets. If you push the button... If you push them with the buckets, then they'll be trapped in the corner and you can't get them out because there's no magnets, there's no rotating, there's no... I can't even rotate to use the stick. Oh no. Oh no, I can use that, it's fine, because I can just go over. So then comes the question of like, how do I... Yeah, the follow-up question is how do I then actually knock it over so it presses the other one? Do I have to push you in basically? But then that doesn't really work, does it? Like now it's trapped behind you. And there's no way to get that around, because I can't push it off the wall now. Now that it's on the wall, it's trapped there. I don't think that's the solution. I'm curious about this, though. What's the deal with this, huh? Why is this here? What? Like, is there a reason for me to want to do that? Okay, it would mean that I could do what I just did, but backwards. Because if I got stuck on the wall here, I could push it back by going over there. Technically. Is that my goal? Maybe. My concern is that even if that is my goal, how do I deal with the fact that, like, that's just gonna push that over there then, for example? And I have to cook this guy first. So what good does that do me? 'Cause it's also pressing the wrong one. And this is stuck against the wall here, so I can't push this anywhere besides when it's time to put them on the fire itself. Also, now that it's in the corner, I can't get it out of the corner, so that's not gonna work. It has to stay right here, so that I can then push it like this to get it out, potentially. Or to push it, or to finish pushing it in there, basically. So then how do I cook you? Don't think that's the solution. The thing I'm fixated on is that there just has to be a way to use this thing. And you'd figure that, like, surely I'm pushing one of them out, right? But to what end? Like, if we're trying to fully cook red, I can start by sliding into it. And do I push you onto you? That at least finishes the cooking. Sure. Then what? Here's a thought. At this point, we're basically done with that furnace. That stove, not furnace. So can I just put the broccoli there? Does that... That should work, right? Then you can push that back out, and yes, now we're free and open. Awesome. That's probably the... Yeah, we should be done now. That was the thing that had to click. Oh my goodness. Okay. Escape. Escape. By the way, we are pressing buttons with cooked marshmallows. That can't work well. The acrobat. Uh-oh. Oh, I can't go over there. But you can rotate. How are we gonna make this one work? Okay. What is happening here? So you can't cook on these guys. You have to cook on this guy, but you have to get pushed once after the cooking, which means this guy has to get back over there, apparently. Which you would assume means lighting as few of these on fire as possible. Which is probably, that's probably as few as possible, right? Ah. Now we can't rotate this way. I could have had to go back here. Nah, I have to light the last one on fire at that point. It's the only way to go. Oh my god, that actually lines up correctly where the last one is lit up, and there we go. I wasn't planning for that, but it worked out, where the correct side was the next one.